Hey everyone, and welcome back to VFXY once again. This is the second part of our ongoing series, which is Nuke Beginners to Advanced series. In today's video, we are going to continue with next part of interface. So without wasting any time, let's get started. Also, I am having my full frame processing. So full frame processing is quite interesting. Like if I'm going to zoom in like this and I'm going to change my gain like this. And if this is not on, if I'm going to stop it and zoom out, what will happen? Only that area will be activated or that area will be affected, whatever my area was visible. Apart from that, nothing will be processed, right? But what will happen if I'm going to zoom in like this and I'm going to switch on full frame processing, and now I'm going to change this and also I'm going to stop this, but see what will happen. It doesn't matter how much area is visible to your viewer, everything will be processed whether you like it or not, right? This is refresh. If something you want to update very precisely, you can just click on refresh, it will be refreshed. Also, I'm having my region of interest, right? So if I'm enabling region of interest, what will happen? Whatever changes I will be doing, it will be changed inside that region of interest. It's something like IPR rendering in Maya or Max. So this is our own IPR render, and once this is done, just switch it off. It will be applied to entire viewer, right? So this is region of interest. Again, you can stop refreshing or processing. So whatever changes you are doing, it won't be possible to see. But once this is disabled, that particular change will be visible. So this is like stop. This is again zoom in zoom out percent, like you can use plus minus like 400 500, you can do it from here as well. It's all up to you. This is again a down raise. So if I want to see 1:1, which is actual pixels, and if I want to see 1:2 half, you can see the pixelation will start like 1:8. Can you see? 1:16. So this is again down raise. We always use these kind of stuff if we are using heavy data, but again, nowadays PCs are quite handy enough to handle all these things. If something is hidden, you can click and see it from here. Like if I'm going to do this and I am going to click this, you can see what is hidden inside this thing, right? So this is quite handy. Also, I'm having few things like if I want to change the viewer select mode, right? If I'm selecting anything, it will always select in square, but if I don't, just click and just I can use ellipse, or I can use lasso selection as well, like this. But normally we used to keep on rectangle selection, but if you want, you can change it. Also, I am having my viewer info bar. Like if you can see over here, I am having multiple informations. If I don't want, just switch it off. Your viewer information bar will be switched off like this, right? Or switch on like this. Also, I'm having different viewer controls like 2D. Currently we are seeing 2D. If you want, you can change it to 3D. Later on we'll see how 3D works. And apart from that, I'm having my right side, my left side, and top, bottom. Also, I'm having my 2D. Like we are having shortcuts as well. Like if I will hit tab, I'll directly jump to 3D, and if I'm hitting tab again, I'll change it to 2D as well. So these are the things which I'm having on my interface or viewer control, right? So I hope this is clear to everyone. And yes, I know I am doing it pretty basic, but this is what you had voted to do. It will be a very basic and it will be a very advanced as well. So you have to be with me. Apart from these controls, also I am having few viewers control as well. So if I'm going to see through merge, I am having a pretty basic animation like this. Let's understand the playback. If I'm going to play this, it will be played, right? Like this. If I'm going to play this, it will play backwards like this. If I'm going to hit this, it will play forward. If I want to hit this, it will go backward single frame or single frame forward. If I'm going to click on this, it will go to previous keyframe like this, like this, like this, or I'll click over here, it will go to next keyframe like this. Also, I'm having jump to last frame or jump to first frame. I can do it, right? Also, I'm having few controls over here, like if I'm going to play, it will play from 0 to or 1 to 100 number frame, and again it will start to play from 1 to 100. But if I am going to do this like bounce, what will happen? It will play from 1 to 100 and again 100 to 1, not 1 to 100. So sometimes we call it ping pong or sometimes we call it bounce. Also, I am having like stop, so it will play and it will stop. It won't replay again or ping pong again, it will stop. Also, I am having continue, so if my total frame is 100, it doesn't matter, it will continue to 100, 100, 200, 300, 400, it doesn't matter, right? Like this, if you can see. So these are the controls which I am having. Normally I used to keep it on repeat, right? Also, I'm having frame rate. It determines what frame rate I am currently working on. So by default, it's on 24 frame per second, right? Also, I'm having like if I want to see frame timeline in frames or timeline in time numbers, right? So this is time and this is timeline frames. So if you are comfortable with timeline time or time code, you can use a time code or you can go to frames, right? It's pretty simple. Again, what kind of frame range you want? You want global. So if I'm going to show you project setting, so its global is 1 to 100. So by default, it's 1 to 100. You want to set your timeline to input, you can do it input or in out. In out is something like if I'm doing in, shortcut is I, and if I'm doing out, shortcut is O. So your in out is like this. So if I'm going to set in out, so your timeline will be in out like this, right? Or visible, whatever visible you are having, so this will be your timeline. So it's all up to you. Currently I'm having global. So if you want to remove your in out, just you have to go and you have to click over there, right? Also, if you want to jump on particular frame, so just you have to go over here and type that particular frame, you will be directly jump to that particular frame, right? This will be 10 10 increment. Like if I'm doing this like 10 frame, 90, 80, 70, so you can use it like this as well, right? Also, I'm having a node called flipbook the viewer. If I'm going to click, and flipbook viewer will be viewer 1 and frame range will be 1 to 100. If I'm going to do that, it will render, not render, but it will calculate and it will give you a new viewer where you can see your animation like this. So if you want, you can use flipbook as well, right? Apart from that, I am having something called capture the viewer. Like you can capture the viewer and you can render it out if you want. Also, I am having like lock the frame. Whatever first video you will import, your frame range will be locked to that particular video. Like if I am having a video of 200 frames and you are importing it to first time to Nuke, your entire frame range will be of 200, something like that. So these are the minute details which I am having, right? So I think that's it for today's video, and today it was second part of our ongoing series, which is Nuke beginner to advanced course, and I hope you have learned something new in today's video. If you think that you are learning, please don't forget to like this video, share this video, and if you're new to this channel, please don't forget to subscribe. With this said, this is VFX Vibe signing off. Have a good day.